And now for our last induction of the evening, we have a very special treat. The Herkimer Generals lacrosse program's first ever national championship team, the 1988 men's lacrosse team, coached by none other than Paul Waterville. The 88 lacrosse team solidified Herkimer's rise to prominence as a national community college lacrosse powerhouse, and many members went on to win a second national championship in 1989. Please turn your attention now to the video screen.
It's almost like it's come full circle. You know, it's 27 years ago. You know, we were also two young men that played on that team along with us. It's, you know, I was talking to Terry Farrell, the captain, and, you know, our lives have changed in those 27 years. But that team, that one team came together at that time and made their family proud, lightened the burden on their moms and dads as far as having to pay for college education, as expensive as it is, and these kids were able to get it done, and they all came together. They were a remarkable combination of all the factors you need for lacrosse. They came from all over New York State, and it started off as a pretty big group, 50, 55, and we got down to 35, and you know, but they were a very, very extremely talented group. I think it's the best team in the history of junior college. I would put that team up against anybody. NASCAA had 22 national championships. We were able to defeat them. We only had one loss. A lot of people didn't know that 3 or 4 kids didn't play in that loss down at Farmingdale. We wound up playing Farmingdale the first round of the nationals. And that was really a good seed. You're 18-1, and who you got to play right away with the one team to beat you. And we had to play them down in Baltimore, down after it's a brutally hot day. And I told the guys before the game, if we beat Farmingdale, I'm going to consider you guys undefeated because you beat the one team that beat you. And then we went on to beat the team that won 22 national championships. We beat them again down in Baltimore. They came together like their fingers in the hand. You know what I mean? And they were knocking teams out. And they were knocking D3 teams out at Geneseo, or we played Ohio State in the fall, or Syracuse. I mean, this team was something special. And like I said, I compare this to any national team. We were better than any national team ever had. And this team was remarkable. It was coming together, a great group of kids, singularly focused. They knew if they won the national championship, a lot of them were going to get the full scholarship when that thing ended. And they were driven and focused on that.
As I read the name, I want each team member to come up and receive your plaque and then stay here on the stage for a team photo. Anthony Annunziata. Ivan Estrada, David Bowden, Greg Boyce, Chris Carpenter, Keith Casey, Bob Chapman, Mark Cooper, Dominic Gargangelo, Jerry Farrell, Jeff Heisinger, John Gill, Jim Moyle, Stephen Hughes, Stephen Kissinger, Michael Lacrosse, Mike McGrady, accepting on behalf of Mike says Christian Theodore. Eric Vonneset, accepting on behalf of Eric, this goes Paul Merritt. Mike Monikowski, Russell Myers, David Nelson, Tom Quinn, Paul Ramirez, Joe Riley, David Riley, Rich Shad, Dan Shaker, Dan Chapman, David Simon, Joe Salaza, David Sullivan, Eric Lee, Gary Zimmerman, team managers Christine Matisse and Tracy Moore, and of course head coach Paul Ware. Accepting the Hall of Fame plaque on behalf of the team is Coach Paul Ware. On behalf of the team is Mr. Jerry Phil.
Boys, Steve Riley. All right, stay everybody. Okay. Well, he doesn't stay up here. First of all, I'm not sure why I got picked to do this because there are three other captains here, but I'm honored to stand up here on behalf of these three guys as well as that team. It was awesome. I guess first of all, I'd like to congratulate all the other inductees this evening into the Hall of Fame. Obviously, especially Coach Ware. I mean, I think that honor is long overdue. You heard a lot of great things about him, and I think we can stay here for longer than Charlie spoke about good things about Coach Ware. He's a hell of a man, and I can't say enough about him. I'll say a few things in here, and everything I say in here is true, so it'll be good. Next, I'd like to thank the individuals putting on such a great event this evening, especially the Hall of Fame Committee, Mr. Buma, Ms. Gabriel, Mr. Dutcher, Mr. Dawkins, Mr. Aragon, and Mr. Boyce. I'd also like to thank the folks that put the slideshow together. I couldn't believe I found all those photos and some articles tucked away in a box somewhere that had been there for a long, long time, 27 years. And so it was great to see some of that. So thank you behind the scenes for that. This is a special thank you. Mrs. Ware, You know, she was. She did a lot of things that, a lot of people didn't know about. I mean, she was washing our uniforms, she was sewing uniforms back together, and, she even cooked for us. I mean, there's a photo tonight floating around here somewhere that, she had all of us in her house. And can you guys imagine going into someone's house, this crew, and sitting down, she made a meal for us several times, and I think that's, it was amazing. And she was, our extended mother as well. We were all here at Herkimer. Anything that we needed, she would tutor some of these guys, because a lot of them needed tutoring. She did whatever was asked of her, and especially she allowed Coach to spend endless hours with us. So, for her to let him do what he did, it's a special person. But, Coach tried to take credit for all this. He'd come with uniforms clean. Oh, I'm making dinner for you guys. Coach, we all know behind a good man is a great woman. She's fantastic. I know she did this, but she'll probably never admit to it. But that phone had to be ringing late night in that household a number of times, and it was the police department calling saying, "There's another party at 53 Green Street. Can you get over there and tell those guys to stop?" I mean, whatever was going on, and she covered up for us a number of times, because if he found out about half of those parties, I think we would have been running up and down the hill here for hours and then. So, thank you again. The next thing I want to touch on is, Mr. Hawes reached out to me probably in March, April, and told me that this event was going to be put on. And, I thought, wow, this is going to be fantastic. Some of these guys I haven't seen in 27 years, and I couldn't imagine getting together and seeing these guys this evening. And then the next thing that went through my mind is like, holy cow, I hope the statute of limitations run out on some of those standard warrants that are probably out there for a few guys. So, thank God for that. But I'm glad to see that everybody got here without any incidents coming through the toll plaza. But hey, I don't know if you guys saw Officer Long in the parking lot. I was walking in and he said, "Hey, I heard that there's the 88 Lacrosse team is back in town. Is that guy Tony Annunziata here?" I said, "I know, so Tony, you may have to stop by there and take care of something at the end of the day." So, but but it is amazing to see everybody here tonight, and you guys out here that are young, and when you guys hopefully have the opportunity to reunite with your teammates after 27 years. Probably the most amazing thing about it is we walked through those doors, I saw a few guys, and instantly it was like we just came back from Thanksgiving break, and we picked up right where we left off. The only thing was Tony and I, we still got our front teeth, and Shappy and Salazzo, you guys got a lot less hair, man. But it's amazing. And the team is phenomenal, and it's fantastic. So one thing I put a few words together and I learned, wow, 53 national championships in 27 years. That's incredible. Our national championship was the second national championship won here at Herkimer. The women's field hockey team won it in the fall of '87. So as much as we'd like to say that we were the #1, the first national championship, we were actually #2. Those girls were phenomenal. They were all our classmates at that time too. So that year was pretty special. But it was it's amazing to see and hear the stories and the accomplishment that Pepe has done is incredible. I can't tell you enough. It's remarkable. And you guys sitting up here, you're lucky to have a great coach like that. Our coach is fantastic. This guy is pretty good too. So, hats off to him. Keep up the good work. I think it's phenomenal. So it's great. Now, say a few words about our season. I'd love to go through each and every game with you and tell you how great it was and how amazing of of a year that was. That's what I'm going to do that anyway. So, so Charlie, get comfortable. So obviously we won at 88, and then the lacrosse teams went on and won 8 more national championships. And that's, you know, we want to say, you know, we're the foundation, and we were, and we started that tradition. But Coach Wareham started that tradition a long time before that. A number of players, some of those guys are here tonight, that played with us our freshman year. And, you know, Jerry Fiorini, I can't say enough great things about that guy. He's awesome. And, you know, a few of the other guys. So it's just, it's an amazing group of individuals. And the lacrosse family goes so deep. And, you know, you've heard family a number of times, and you'll hear it again here tonight. But, you know, so our season started off, and we ended 19-1, but our season started off, we go down to Long Island, and we're playing Farmingdale, and we lost to them in the national championship game the season before. So we went down there, and that was our first time out on the field, because as you guys know, March 29th is when we played that game. You know, there's probably 3 feet of snow up here still. And we're practicing in the gymnasium, running around, and we get down there and we're on the grass field. Not making excuses, but you know, that was our first time out, and we lost that game. We were leading at halftime, and unfortunately we came up a little short. But we got on that bus and we headed up to play Army and a few other schools. And you know, from that point on, we knew that we had one more thing to do before we could get to our goal, and that was the national championship. And that was, we had to beat Nassau. And Nassau was going to be playing, we were playing Nassau on April 23rd, and that game was going to be up here at the stadium. And that was our first home game at that point. And we didn't play on that field because Coach was like, we're not messing it up for nothing. You know, we're bringing those guys up here, we're going to take them down. So, you know, that was a pretty good impersonation. So, I mean, we were focused every practice, every day, and you know, so Nassau comes here, and we beat them 14-7, and we didn't only beat them. We thought, I mean, we did some things. I mean, that was fantastic. Steve Kisslinger, you know, he was instrumental in that game, and he was a freshman, and he pushed all of us seniors to be better. I mean, he was a hell of a defenseman, and he really, you know, he really set the tone, and you know, it was great. So once we beat Nassau, we knew that we had one more goal, and that was to win regionals. And we played Corning. I forget where that was, Coach. Where was that? Regionals.
No idea.
No idea. Good memory. So, but I think we bumped them 22-2 or something, and it was just outstanding. So what that did for us, that earned us the #1 seed in the national championships. And guess who our first draw was? You know, the 4th seed in that was Farmingdale. And, you know, that was bittersweet because that was the one team that beat us. And as you heard earlier, Coach, he stole some of my thunder, was that, you know, he said, well, if you guys win this game, I'll, you know, say that you guys are undefeated. Well, we all know that can't happen, but, you know, we went out there and I forget the score, I don't have it down, but we you know, we gave them the business, as they said. And, you know, there was no stopping us. I mean, we brought our A-game. Quinny, our goalie, he was outstanding. He stood on his head and you know, played a fantastic game. And you know, Quinny had been saying all year long, hey, let's bring that trophy upstate New York where it belongs. And you know, that's what we did that year. So it was great. But you know, another Coach Wareham saying what he'd always say was, you know, everybody knows Herkimer has always been on the map, but now everyone knows where it is, and that's 100% right. I think that he was instrumental in doing that, and hopefully, you know, bringing it to everyone's attention where the school was, and you guys out here, obviously showing that, come up here and want to achieve some of the things that have been achieved here. So I think that's fantastic. But you know, this award is about this team, but it really is about Coach Wareham as well. I mean, that guy took the talent that he had to deal with in 2 years. He took us and you know, molded us into something that could accomplish what we accomplished. He had to work with guys like the Godfather, Earl, our dog, Alani, the great baby. Cheese, Dread, Sudsy, Shatley, Size, T-Love, Darky, Kiss, Norm, Quinny, and a horse. I mean, you get told you got to deal with that, I mean, good luck, you know, and he did it. I mean, he was amazing. So, I mean, a quick story, I don't even know if my teammates know this or remember this. So, I came here as a goalie, and you know, the first and I got Michael Cross shooting at me. I'm like, what the hell am I thinking? You know, so we get up here for the tryouts, and we're walking up on the field. There had like 50 plus guys, and I'm standing there, and we got Richard Barnes in goal, Quinny, you know, and John Carney. And after practice is over, coach says a few words, tryouts. Hey guys, your names will hung. Da da da. He comes over and puts his arm around me and he says, "Hey Farrell, listen. You stink as a goalie, and you're not going to make this team," he said. So I suggest that you go find yourself a defensive stick and become a defenseman. And I did, and he made me an All-American. I think that's one of his strengths. I mean, his ability to take an athlete and identify where he should be playing and what he should be doing, as opposed to, you know, just telling me, "Hey kid, thanks for coming out, and, you know, see you later." I mean, he saw something in me that I didn't see in me that obviously he was able to bring out in me. I think that's just it's remarkable, and he's found his niche and he's done a fantastic job with it. Let's see here, but you know, he's also taught me, and he's taught every one of these other gentlemen here with me tonight, you know, a tremendous amount of work ethic and, you know, drive, and you know, I use that today in my everyday life. And you know, there's times I'll be in a bad spot, or chips me down, and I say, you know, what coach do this? And you know, it's easy to quit, it's easy to give up, it's hard to keep pushing forward, and that came from him. So, you know, I gotta give him a lot of credit there. But, you know, the turnout that we have here tonight from all my teammates, I think just shows you the dedication that we put in 27 years ago to get to our final goal. And you know, I think it's great. I can't thank every one of you guys enough for coming here tonight to, you know, get reunited. And we'll go down to the VFW in a little while and have a few more reunited drinks. And I think we're going to take out of the showcase there, do a few shots off of it. This man, you know, he's done a lot for us. He said a lot of things. You know, once again, he really has always stressed family, and you know, he's always said that that's your foundation, and you need to. Does that mean that we're on gun punch? And he's 100% right. I mean, family is everything, and you know, that's the foundation for everything. You know, and you guys will learn this one day, and it'll come back to your work ethic and what you found here. But family is so important. You know, I had 32 brothers, and unfortunately, we lost a couple of those guys early on, way too early. Mike McGrain and Eric Mossick, and you know, I hope that their families will understand the unity that we have as a group here. And that goes for every single one of you guys out there, is that, hey, if there's ever some times that, you know, things are tough or you guys need a hand, I mean, it's a phone call away, email, or a text, because we are family, and we're here for, you know, I'm here for the good times, I'm here for the, you know, the times that are tough, but you know, at all times I want to make sure that this family sticks together. And I think it's a remarkable group of guys, and I can't thank you guys enough for you know, for my 2 years here and what you guys mean to me. And you know, it's just remarkable. So, you know, on behalf of the 1988 team, you know, thank you guys for conducting us. We all have, and we all say a number of different occasions, and that's no better day. Thank you. It's been great.
Thank you.